Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcom and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcom Reed, joined by my lovely and talented wife, Miss Southern Shell. And we got TikTok Tyler on the boards. Shell, what's happening this week?
Well, we're going to lead it off this week with the Palmer Home event. We have officially set a date for our VIP event.
Experience. What is that going to include?
So, we are raising money for the Palmer Home. We've been talking about it a lot. We're trying to raise $20,000 this year. If you help us raise that money, the top 5 people will be able to bring a guest. So, it'll be 10 people total. That's it. For a VIP class.
That's right.
We're going to pick you up from a hotel. We're going to feed you. We're going to get you drunk.
It's going to be beverages?
Well, that one's up to you. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to drink.
You don't have to drink. I'll drink for you if you don't want it.
You can watch us drink.
No, we're gonna make it a nice event. But we so the top 5
rolling out the red carpet.
We're gonna roll out the red carpet. We're gonna have fun. It'll be an all-day Saturday VIP class, November 13th. If you help us, raise the money. And all the details on this are at howtobbqright.com/Palmer, Palmer.
They can figure out how to start a fundraiser campaign. They can donate. They can do all these good things for the Palmer Home. And if you want to check out more info on the Palmer Home, it's there too.
Palmerhome.org. They're a great organization.
And
we're at 8,000, so we got 12 to go.
Good. We've got an event coming up before July 4th where we're going to donate some of that money to the Palmer Home too, right?
Wiener Fest.
So how long has that July 4th thing been? They've been having that hot dog eating contest it's Coney Island, right?
Yeah. It's got to be over 50 years by now, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's probably the oldest running hot dog eating contest in the world.
Yes.
I don't know what they do in Frankfurt, Germany. Is that where the hot dog was invented? but a Coney Island dog, and are they? They're Nathan's there too. Has Nathan been the sponsor the whole time?
July 4th, 1916.
Wow. That's over 100 years. That's 105 years, right? God.
Yeah.
We're starting the first annual How to Barbecue Right Wiener Fest, and we are having, and there's going to be an all-you-can-eat hot dog contest.
Yes.
See who can eat the most hot dogs. Got to eat the bun. Got to eat the wiener. You can dip it in water. You can tear it up, deconstruct it, but you got to eat all of it. And how long is it going to go? We decided
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a 5-minute contest. So you eat the most hot dogs. You got to sign a waiver. We're not responsible.
Amateurs only.
I don't know what this much nitrates will do to you in 5 minutes. Tyler, you're talking about getting in on it, right?
I was about to say, celebrity guest TikTok Tyler is going to be taking part in it.
And this is for amateur people only, right? No
How
professional.
How do you define an amateur eater? I'm
pretty sure I'm a professional. No, I was like, what's the one that Kobayashi or
Joey the Shark?
Joey Chestnut. We don't want someone like that that's going to come. We want it to be a fun, friendly atmosphere. We're not taking that part's. It's just something fun to do. But there is going to be a trophy involved, right,
yes.
Tyler?
Yes.
I think we've got a Wiener Fest trophy.
We're
going to have T-shirts made. Those proceeds for the T-shirts and donations that day are going to go to the Palmer Home, towards our money that we're raising for that. We've got all kinds of ideas and stuff. We're going to have demos.
We have a guess how many hot dogs are on the BFO, which is the 9-foot outlaw pit smoker.
It's the big effing outlaw, the BFO. Big freaking outlaw. I can say that, right?
Yes.
And we're going to see how many hot dogs we can put on it. And we're going to guess there's going to be a prize for that, right? We're probably going to have Traegers out there cooking some stuff too.
Yep. June 26th. So this all came about because we were planning a July 4th event for the shop. And then I guess our last podcast, we started brainstorming and somehow
we got on hot
dogs. It happens.
We got on hot dogs. And you love hot dogs.
I think
who doesn't love hot dogs? It doesn't get more American than a hot dog, right?
Yeah, and this is kind of our July 4th thing.
Yeah. So we're going to have a Star Spangled Wiener celebration.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a man in a wiener contest suit or something? We don't have a wiener suit, do we?
No, but
I wish we could get the Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile to show up. Wouldn't that be cool?
I requested it.
Did you really?
Yeah, but it said you really need 6 weeks.
Oh.
And we only had 3 or 4 by the time I had requested it. But
if
they do-
anybody's got any contacts with the Wiener people, we want to get the Wienermobile.
we will do whatever it takes to get the Wienermobile.
No judgment. No judgment from our part whether you have connections to the Wienermobile or not.
I've seen it riding around before. I've stopped and got me a little Wiener whistle.
Yeah, I've seen it in Hernando before.
Yeah, it's been Hernando.
Yeah, we like popped a Yui.
To go back and see it. Honking the horn, flagging them down.
I do think so. We are going to do like Katie's going to head up a child's sidewalk chalk art contest.
That's
too.
good. Like
Yeah.
something 4th
For
of
the kids
July.
to go.
We'll have-
Yeah.
Everybody gets a little sidewalk square and they get to do some sidewalk art.
Yeah. I think we should do more than just hot dogs.
Well, we can do whatever.
What's some?
4th of July stuff. You got to do apple pie. No.
Yeah.
We'll see. We've got some time to plan. We got a few weeks. We got 3 weeks.
You know, that's a good idea. We could do like an apple cobbler on the pellet grill.
Yeah,
Showcasing
that
the
would be a
pellet
good.
grill.
Oh, that'd be a real good one.
Yeah.
Have some bucket ice cream. Do they still make that ice cream in the bucket? That's what I remember from going to my granny's always having.
That's the best ice cream.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like Turner. Oh, we had Turner Dairy. I don't know what y'all
It
probably
was
had
ice cream
Louvelle's.
bucket, yeah.
I think so. I think
There's a
I
big
bet Walmart
plastic
would carry
bucket.
it.
We use those buckets for everything.
Yeah.
Like you used the bucket after you ate all the ice cream out of it.
Yes.
yeah, I think
We
they
gotta
have
s-
them at Kroger for sure.
That would be
Yeah.
good. We'll do some kind of apple cobbler, apple dessert on the grill, apple crisp thing.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Yes. It would be easy to do and that's something easy to demo and pass out, you know?
Maybe next year at Wiener Fest we'll have an apple pie eating contest. I don't know how that'd be. You have to make a lot of apple pies for that.
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
It's pretty easier.
Isn't that a
easy
thing
to do.
too? Pie eating contest? I think it is.
I want to say, I'm sure
Fairs always had pie eating contests, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah, pie eating. I mean, whenever you do like the state, you think of state fairs and apple pies, blueberry pies, like because they sell them or whatever. Like, what is that called? Where they sell, or I can't think of the name, man. But anyways, so they sell a bunch of apple pies. Everybody brings their pies and stuff like that. And then afterwards,
Oh,
they usually
like,
do like pie eating contests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a cakewalk type where they.
Thing.
Yeah, like I won the
Yeah.
state fair this year. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. When I think of that, wasn't that movie Stand By Me where they have the pie eating thing and the kid gets sick and everybody gets sick and it's. Y'all remember that movie? There's a story in it.
No.
I think that's where it's from, if I remember right.
Stand By Me is about them going to go look at a dead body.
Yeah, but there's a story in that movie that
okay.
one of the kids told.
Oh.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it was.
Anyway, Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, if you're listening,
Yeah, what's the odds of that?
we have a reserve spot for you.
Maybe we could tag them in something. Pull a clip out of this, Tyler. We'll tag them, talk about the Wienermobile.
But
What's
yeah,
the shirt going to say? I survived Wiener Fest?
the shirt's awesome. I survived Wiener Fest, and to be frank, I relished it. But it's really cool. It's like retro looking,
love
and it's funny. We'll be selling those, and the proceeds will go to the Palmer home.
There you go.
Yeah, and we'll be. How many hot dogs are we trying to get? Like 1,000, over 1,000 hot dogs.
I don't know because we got to fill that grill up, and we have no idea how many it's going to take.
Yeah.
So we don't want to. We don't want to put out any. You don't want to give anybody any hints of how many's going to be on there. So
That's true. And I
it'll
mean,
be a lot. It's
we
gonna
got
be
to have
hot
a lot of
dogs.
hot dogs for this hot dog eating contest.
And
How
we're
many-
and we're going to give away some hot dogs. I mean, you come,
Yeah.
you're going to get a hot dog. You're at least going to get one hot dog.
And I've already got the pump
Pump
The-
for the mayo and the mustard.
mustard, and
We're not going to have mayo out there
I mean,
ketchup.
it'll be somewhere around.
for those
I'll just
for
have
those
it in my
weird
pocket.
people. We'll have like a special curtain the mayo people can go behind. You have
That
to eat your
would be
mayo
funny.
dogs back there, out of sight.
I'm okay with that. That way nobody judges me. I'm just
Private-
around my own people.
Private blue plate booth. We can get a blue plate tent booth or set up.
Yeah, you know what Tyler told me this morning?
What?
So I found out that Blue Plate does sponsorships,
No, they don't.
and so we got to pull out all the stops to get a Blue Plate sponsorship now. Like we gotta let everybody know that How to Barbecue Right loves
Looking for the blue
mayo.
plate. I've been trying to get. I wanted to have like I was trying to find Shell. This was gonna be one of her Christmas gifts a year or so ago. I never could find one. It was a blue plate T-shirt, just a T-shirt with the old blue plate logo and everything on it. You can't find them. So maybe if we get hooked up with that sponsorship, they can give us some blue plate swag.
Heck yeah, I'd wear it.
You'd rock
I'd
a blue plate shirt, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
See if they got some curtains so we can eat behind. Great.
It's
the start.
Closet mayo people.
Make sure we'll have some spoons back there.
So yeah, that's what we got coming up. Wiener Fest.
I'm excited about it. We're
think
also
it'll be
doing a
fun.
demo, like a Father's Day grilling, little grill demo one evening here coming up at the shop. Is that next week? No, it's the week after next.
Yeah, it'll be the Thursday before Father's Day.
If you're in town, you want to come by after
Yeah.
hours. So it'll be like a shop after hours.
It'll be 4 to 7
Yeah.
on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah. A few hours. We're going to throw some stuff on the grill that Dad would like, that I would like to eat.
Yeah,
you know, some
it'll
steaks.
be the June 17th is that date. And we're going to demo the margaritas and the Bloody Marys and old fashions and things like that.
Cool.
So we'll have
I
a
like
lot
the sound
going
of
on.
that.
Yeah. So one thing that we haven't talked about that happened in between our last podcast and this podcast is we got a call from Memphis in May.
We did. Did we do a podcast after Memphis and May talking about where we finished and all that?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I can't remember. It's been so long ago. It's
been a
been a
blur.
week, ain't it? We did that one before. We did that.
Yeah,
after
and we
Memphis
talked
May?
about how there was a big issue with the delay in finals
Oh, yeah.
judging.
Yeah. So
But the newest,
our 6 now has an asterisk. No, really, it don't. It's just a 7. So Memphis and May had to call the rib teams, and it turns out, I guess it's okay for me to talk about this. They didn't tell me not to.
I mean, I think it's
they
well
called
known.
up very apologetic, and things happen. It's a barbecue contest. People aren't perfect, but apparently the 4th place team, their score was tied for 3rd, and so they do a tiebreaker at Memphis and May, which they go and they break it. They've got their system of how they break a tie, so
It's
it pushed one of those tied teams to 4th. Well, when they ran the results, it kicked out that 4th place team automatically. Like, I guess because it took the top 3 out and that score was the same as that 3rd, it just took them out of the system and automatically bumped everybody up. And so we got called. 4th was really 5th, 5th was 6th, 6th was 7th, and on down. So everybody moved a spot, and so we moved down a spot. And I'm okay with that. I would have,
my first response after we got off that phone conversation, which the people that called us were extremely nice.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's not their fault. It happens. We were very understanding. But as soon as that phone call was over, I said, no, we still 6.
Yeah. Didn't they say, like, because we got the 6th place trophy?
Yeah.
I ain't giving it back. Didn't they say they were going to send us like a placard that says 7th?
Where we
Send
can
it.
pull our 6th one off and stick
Yeah.
our 7th.
That ain't happening. We've already put it out. We were 6. So,
I'm not going back and
I'm not-
undoing that social post.
yeah. We're not retracting that. They want to put an asterisk by it. They can. No, but
Sucks to be that 4th place team.
yeah, it was my buddy Jason Wiggs.
Yeah.
He was their Hog Express, and that's the best he's ever done there. I mean, and they didn't get to get on stage. 4th place at Memphis and May gets one of the big trophies.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the little bowling style trophy that we got. 4th gets one of the Metalworks
Yeah,
creative
major
ones,
one.
and he didn't get they didn't get to get on stage. They didn't get to get that trophy, and that kind of stinks.
So are they going to pull that 4th place trophy back from the 5th place guys?
That's a good question. Are they going
Because
because
it's
that's
not just a cheap trophy.
yeah? They're going to make them another one. Are they going to ask them for that one back? That ain't my dog to fight. My
Yeah.
fight there. I wouldn't want to give it up if I was that 5th place team, but hey,
But so we got 6th and 7th place.
we got 6th and 7th. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I'm ready to go back next year. That was a great Memphis and May.
It was a lot of fun. It all kind of lined up. We did
Yep.
good.
Weather was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Crowd was just right.
Because out there, you got to be really good and very lucky.
Yeah. Oh man, we got our scores back, and I think we carried 9.98s. Everything else was 10'd out. That's how tight it was in the top 10. And so when you carry that, I mean, that's you're right there. You don't change nothing. You rock the same recipe and just
Hope you
on
land on a
site.
different table.
Yeah. Hope you got to win that table, man.
We didn't have anything but 10s on site, which
That's good.
I kind of expected that. One recipe we haven't talked about is your honey chipotle rib recipe.
Oh, that was my Memorial Day recipe, and I did just an old classic Weber rib. Made me a 2-zone fire. Got me some good compart ribs. Seasoned them up. I used Heath's chipotle seasoning, and get some spice on them, and
You used hot sauce as a binder.
a little hot sauce.
Have you ever done that before?
Not on ribs. I just thought it would be good because I was trying to get them a little spicy. It didn't. it didn't make them hot. Now, if you were to use like a, I don't know, one of them Hellfire sauces or something out of your little
High Scoville.
Yeah, out of the little kit you have, like what is it's one of those
The
hot
last
ones.
dab.
Yeah, the last dab, or that'd probably put some fire to it. But our hot sauce is just a good eating hot sauce, so it made a great binder. The ribs were beautiful. The seasonings on them, the heat rubs, it has chipotle flavor, but it's not like super hot or anything. It just has that smokiness that chipotle has, and made a really good rib. Wrapped them up with a little butter. You know, did the normal stuff to them. Put a little hot honey in there to give me a little more heat. That did add some spice to it.
Yeah, a little.
It's like a chili infused honey, and so I wanted some sweet. You know, I wanted the sweet element, and I wanted the richness from the butter. And then wrapped them up, and it was a standard cook, man. A Weber kettle, you can smoke just about anything on it. And for ribs, you don't even have to add any more charcoal. The initial chimney I put in there, then a few unlit, and then scattered my chunks of wood in there. That was all the coal I needed for that whole cook. And it was roughly a 4-hour cook with a little glaze time, you know. So it did just right.
Yeah, you're not going to get like a 6-7 hour cook on a Weber.
You have to add a little. I mean, you get one of those grates. It's either you take the grate off or get one that flips up, or you can add a little more coal to it and keep the fire going. But you can do some long cooks with it. It's just, I would use, if I was going to do a long cook like for a butt or something like that, I'd do that snake method where I build the coals all the way around the outside and let them slow burn, because I've got a full 8-hour cook out of that on.
That's true. That's true. But ribs just don't take that long on a Weber.
Yeah.
At those temps. So, I went through all the YouTube comments and stuff and got some good questions. So
From the rib one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because normally we talk about it before we have a week to gather a bunch of comments. So
Yeah.
people wanted to know about the membrane. We didn't talk about that, but the com parts come.
They already come peeled, or the ones I get do. I
Yeah.
guess you can buy some with it on there, but they're already peeled off.
Do you
So
ever-
you always remove it. I don't like that membrane on there. You can score it if you don't want to peel it, but man, it's really nothing to peel them off. Just get you some paper towel and kind of work it from the edge and take your time. I mean, it's slimy. The more you let that, it's best if you do it really cold, like right out of the refrigerator, where the fat hadn't kind of warmed up and started to liquefy a little bit. If you let that rib warm up, it's slimier, so it makes it a little trickier to pull off. But if you do it when it's cold, it comes right off.
Do you ever buy like just grocery store ribs where it's already removed?
I'm trying to remember what brand. It seems like maybe Swift's. If you see Swift's, they come peeled sometimes, but most of them have that membrane still on there, just because it's an extra step they're taking in packing. So they're going to have to charge a little more for it, and they're trying to get a product out there that's, it's economical. So they leave that membrane on there. And some people like to eat it. Personally, I don't know why. It's just a barrier.
It gets a little crunchy, and it's
Yeah, but it doesn't. I guess it holds them together where your ribs. To me, it makes them tougher, and I don't want to eat that.
yeah. That if you go to an old school barbecue joint,
they don't take it off. Most
don't take
barbecue
it
joints don't, because it takes time.
Yeah, and time's money.
Time's money. You got to pay somebody to take those membranes off.
What's the
And when you're cooking, cases and cases of ribs, you don't want to peel all those slabs.
Dreamland Barbecue? When you go to Alabama, go to Dreamland Barbecue. Now I don't know what they are. I haven't had these ribs in years, but they leave the membrane on, and it gets kind of crunchy because they char them.
You like that?
Yeah.
Some people like it. I mean, I've seen people do videos of it. I mean, it's like talking about scoring it with the knife. Some people like that just because it does break it up some, but then you get some of that crispiness, I guess.
Somebody wanted to know, have you ever brined ribs?
Yeah. If you got time, it works great. I mean,
A wet brine?
Yeah, you can do it. I will say this: you kind of watch what you brine them in, because it'll turn it into more like a ham-like texture if you leave them in it too long. So I don't brine them most of the time, just because I want to taste that pork flavor with a little bit of smoke to it, where you get the smoke ring, and it's trying not to turn that whole rib like cured almost. So whenever you're brining it, that's how they turn hams, and fresh hams into cured hams, is by the brine process they put it in. So that's what you're doing to the meat. You're curing it in it. So it's fine line on more maybe marinating or brining it than curing it. So,
Have you ever like marinated it in a thicker marinade like you would a chicken or something like that?
I have. You know, I've cooked ribs all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
You know, trying different stuff. We used to.
As soon as I asked you that, I thought about. I think you did them in a jerk marinade and did a jerk rib before.
Did a jerk rib. Yeah, I did do
Those
that.
are good,
Those were
yeah.
good. We used to. I mean, I've done them in Italian dressing before. I've done them. We used to do a dry brine where we would take Cavender's, which is a Greek seasoning made over in Arkansas. We'd put that on pretty heavy, and then we'd take a jerk rub or Caribbean rub and put that all over them, and then we would let them sit overnight, and it would liquefy it and kind of dry brine them, and
then
we'd wash that off the next day.
Typically in the hotel sink.
In the hotel sink, yeah. If we didn't have water, if we didn't have
competitions.
running water at the contest, we definitely would do it in the hotel sink. But yeah. So I've tried all kinds of stuff with it. But it does give it. I mean, you can get some good flavors from them. You just have to know that if you leave it in there too long, or if you're using something that's got a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, it's going to cure. It's going to start a curing process on them. So it's going to change the texture. And I mean, it gives it good flavor, but then you're going to change that texture where it's kind of drier or chewier. You know.
So it's a give and take.
Yeah.
You like to dry brine typically, though, don't you?
Yeah, and you don't have
Short
to do it so
dry.
long, you know. Overnight can be a little bit much. I mean, back when we were doing that, it was pretty much curing them. You know, we were taking baby back ribs and pretty much they would be solid pink all the way through. But they were good.
Yeah.
They were just, I mean, it wasn't as good as the rib we cooked this year.
Yeah. A lot of people asked about what's the point of using the beer if you said it's not really adding flavor.
I like beer. It did smell good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's adding flavor, but it smelled good. I mean, you know, when I do brats and I do them in beer, I just like that smell, that beer simmering, and I don't know, Miller Lite's good. You know? Nectar of the gods.
This one was funny. As a German, I'm asking myself, where's the beer? I only see you using water.
Hey, man, don't knock me for that. I'm a domestic man. I have simple taste as long as it's cold. If you want to drink some,
The most controversy
yeah.
of the brand beer you use.
yeah,
Some people were like, way to go. Love the Miller Lite.
tastes great, less feeling. Baby.
Yeah. Some people,
I like them gold top Miller Lights, man. There ain't nothing wrong with them.
some people were
Would I drink a Bud Light? I probably would if it's cold. Somebody gave it to me.
probably.
You know, if they're sitting there, if they're out of Miller Lite, yeah, I'm gonna buy a Coors Light or a Bud Light or something.
Aren't these all variations of water beer though? Like really?
Totally.
They're like, oh, you drink
After
water.
the-
It's Miller Lite. Oh, I'm gonna drink my Michelob Ultra. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah. I mean, if you're not drinking something that's some kind of
What's on-
stout or you know something super hoppy or something like that, I mean, I can drink a few of those beers, and I'm not saying I like them, but they're. I mean, I like the effect because I mean they put the wow on you. You know, some of those you drink, but I could, you know, a 12-pack of Miller Lite, I'm good. You
Yeah.
know, I'm just even keel, feeling good, drinking beer. You know.
But in our refrigerator, in our beer fridge right now,
Oh,
it's
what all is
everything. Yeah.
There's everything. I got some of it all. I mean, I forgot. What's that grapefruit beer I have in there? I like that stuff.
Leinekugel?
No, it's,
Oh, the Italian looking one?
I think it's German.
oh yeah, it's got a really like I know
white.
what it is, but
Yeah,
I
it
can't
comes
say
in
the
like
name.
a 4-pack. It's like
Yeah.
a grapefruit.
Tall white bottle.
It's not a bottle. It's a
I mean, can.
Yeah,
Tall white
but,
can.
Yeah, it's got some color and stuff on it. It's really good with vodka. But I mean, yeah, we've got some of it all. I mean, we got some great beers in Memphis, man. Wiseacre makes some good ones. We've got
Southern
some of
Pecan
them.
has some good ones,
Tiny
too.
bombs. I love those tiny bombs. Man, those are good.
It's Stiegel
Stiegel.
Radler.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Stiegel Rattler. That's summertime to me, man. Give me some of that and some shot of cold vodka. I got a drink.
I like the Leinekugels are good, but I've been on the seltzers lately.
You know, I'll run a seltzer
Don't-
here and there. Don't say I won't. You know, those Trulies made by Miller Brewing. I guess they're made by Miller Brewing, aren't they?
They're made by Sam Adams Company, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it truly is.
got some-
Miller does distribute it though.
Oh, they've got some new Wicked. What's it called? Wicked Haze. I saw advertised. Sam Adams. I want to try.
That sounds awesome. My favorite's their Oktoberfest by far.
Yeah, I like
so
I
good.
like the Oktoberfest too. I'll tell you another good beer. Abita makes some good beer down in New Orleans. The Purple Haze, the Andy Gators.
Michael loves their root beer.
Yeah.
Abita root beer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really
It's
good.
the best.
So back to our questions. If time is allowed, is it better to season one side of the ribs, let it sweat, then flip and season?
That's how we do them. At Memphis and May.
Or does it matter? Is the
We
question.
would season the backside first, give it about 30 minutes to sweat in, and then flip it over. Season the top side, let it sit 30 minutes, and then it's ready to go on the grill.
What?
About an hour outside the refrigeration.
So what does that do versus
I just
doing
think
it all in one
I think
step?
it sweats in. It makes your color more even. It melts those rubs and stuff where you don't get fingerprints and things in them when you're handling them. It just slicks it over to where, I mean, it's starting the cooking process because you got the salt and you got that sugar and it's starting to get into the meat, starting to work on the meat, and everything just, the seasonings and all that kind of get transposed into the meat. You know, it fuses into it. And so it makes a real, real pretty rib letting it sweat in.
And doing that process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed just to sprinkling on and throwing it on. I mean, a lot of times if I'm doing a video or something, I'm sprinkling on. I'm not letting it sit.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on, and wherever my handprints touch it, I'm touching it back up and then closing the cooker and letting it go, you know.
So if you're cooking just for backyard cooking, are you going to do that
Probably
process?
not.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
if
is
I'm just
more,
throwing
yeah.
it on, but if I'm trying to be perfect and get the most beautiful ribs I can, I'm going to let it sweat in.
Jay did that in his video.
Let it sweat, yeah.
Mojo, yeah. When he said, I'm going to hit it with a bit of rub for the third time, I lost it. It's like shooting a man in the head and throwing him out of a plane to make sure he's dead. You know what that was? That was a Yankee.
What video was that from? I mean, was Jay's or mine?
No, from yours.
Oh.
From the Honey Chipotle.
Oh, I used too much seasoning is what you're saying? So,
Yeah,
man,
that's what I'm saying.
Can you put too much seasoning on a rib? I don't know if you can or not. You let it sweat it. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. It's a Yankee.
oh, somebody don't like flavor. I don't know about where they're regionally from, but
Sorry to all you Yankees out there. I just assumed that you like bland food.
I guess you're a Red Sox fan.
I'm going to pretend like this all isn't affecting me over here from Boston.
Tyler's a Red Sox fan.
Do you think the food in the South is more flavorful?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Except for, well, seafood has a completely different meaning down here. I will say that, but it's different, you know.
Yeah.
But as for barbecue, absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had seafood up north. I thought it all came from New Orleans. That's where it tastes good.
Somebody said, how do you get to 300 with a full chimney? When they've tried it, it would just rocket.
What do you mean it would rock it? Like there's what
Their
spike
tent
out?
would spike.
Oh, you cut the vents back. I mean, I had them
restrict the
barely.
airflow.
They were, you know, I don't even know if it's a quarter inch, but it was just a gap, bottom and top. That's what checks it back.
So it's all about
It's all about controlling the
restricting
air.
that
Yeah,
airflow.
yeah. I mean, you can make it go to zero, cut it all the way off. It'll put it out. You know, what you're doing, just slow it. I mean, it's hot in the chimney. You know, they're fire hot. You put them in there and you kill the air back, and it's all on the oxygen going in.
It gives it just enough to keep it.
Yeah, to keep it. That's how you control it.
What
If I
model?
saw it raising up, I would, kick it, close it off a little more. But I like to have it to where it's flowing. You got to have some airflow coming in to keep the coals going. And you got to have some going out to make it circulate. So
What model Weber grill was used?
it's a 22-inch kettle. I don't know. That was the newer model because remember I had the old Performer, I think it was, but this one's. It's not a one-touch. What do they call that? Gold Series? Or?
I bought it for you for Christmas
Yeah.
birthday gift last year.
But I forget which particular. It's the one where the lid don't come off.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Does
it's just 22-inch Weber kettle.
You could do it with any Weber
Yeah.
kettle.
Is it the Master Touch?
Master
Master
touch.
Touch,
That's
that's
it.
it.
Yep.
They ask, is that the Weber that comes with a heat deflector plate? And if so, why didn't you use it?
I don't know where it is. I've never used it. I don't think. It did come with one. It came with one. It came with that little thing that sits on it, too. I'm not quite sure what that's for. Maybe putting your little Weber controller on or something. But I don't know where it is. And that's a good idea. I could have used that if I'd had it.
Well, that makes this recipe
It totally
more versatile.
Yeah. I mean, I was just trying to show you how you could set it up for two-zone cooking, really. I guess with that plate, I've never used a diverter in my Weber like that. But
Do you think that the pan of liquid is a diverter to an
yeah,
extent?
it's a heat sink, because that liquid, whatever liquid you're putting in there, it could be sand for that matter, or rocks. It's going to absorb some of that heat that's in there, fill up the void, and radiate some heat too. But when I've got that liquid there, the hottest it's going to get is like 212 degrees. So you're kind of cooling it down a little on that side, right underneath the meat a little bit, and holding it. So like if it's 300 something or wherever the fire temp is, right there at the fire, right over that pan's cooler. It's stopping some of it.
And does it help diffuse the heat? Like
I would say it spreads it
evenly?
out some. Yeah, I would definitely do that. I don't get that scientific with it though. I just put it in there. It smells good. Slows the cooking down a little bit.
Whatever, you do get that scientific with it. People were asking, where do you get the hood hinge from? Like the hinge for the Weber kettle.
Oh,
lid.
that one came with it. But there is a company that makes them like aftermarket to put on any kettle. It's the Unknown Barbecue, isn't that?
I think so.
You'll have to look that up.
They're in
real quick.
Florida, but they will ship.
Anywhere. I've got one on my Killer Hog drum. I've got one. The old Weber that I have is here at the shop. It's out. That's why I brought it up here for cooking steaks for lunch or something. So and I've got a lid hinge on it. It's got a little pin. You can pull it off. Like if you really want to take the lid off, then or you just put the pin back in and it makes it to where it just stays up.
But they sell them for the Weber Smoky Mountains. They sell them for drums.
Yeah. What's it? Is it Unknown Barbecue?
UnknownBarbecue.com.
Okay, yeah. I'm seeing a few different guys like Cajun Bandit makes them and stuff. So.
Yeah, there's probably some people that's knocked them off, and I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Weber doesn't sell one.
Yeah, like an
You think that would
aftermarket
be
accessory.
You think that would be one? They want you to hang it on the side because the little lid has that little tab on it that you can hang it on the edge.
I can never get it to stay right. When I'm pulling it off,
It's
and I got
handy to
steak
have it stay on there. Just raise it up and raise it back down. But I will say this: when you put that, I find myself liking to take the lid off more because I can set that grill out in the middle and I can work around it all sides.
Yeah.
But with videos, we try to keep it stationary, one shot, where I'm not, moving all around the grill. But if I'm cooking steaks or burgers or I'm putting a lot of stuff on my Weber, and I like to get, all around it.
Yeah. Especially if you're cooking wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I wrap the ribs in butcher paper instead?
You could. I don't know. I've never tried to add the butter and the honey and all that stuff in butcher paper. I don't think it'd work very well.
That was the other question. Can you also do that with the butter and the sauce and stuff?
I don't think you could. I've never tried it. That would defeat the purpose. It'd all leak out or get absorbed in that paper, I imagine.
You might make a mess in your Weber.
It'd make a heck of a mess.
When you do it with butcher paper, you're just doing a dry kind of rib.
Yeah, I don't do anything. I might baste them a little bit or spritz them, just put a little moisture on it, but I don't put anything in there when I'm wrapping them with butcher paper.
Several people commented on how the Mike's Hot Honey is a game changer.
Oh, it's some good stuff now.
Yeah.
No, it's hot. I ain't gonna lie. You get you a spoon of that stuff, it'll open you up.
Do you know what kind of peppers are in it?
It just says infused with chilies. So I imagine it's cayennes, and it's probably a lot of cayenne. That's a cheap pepper.
You guys just buy that at the grocery store?
Kroger has it. Or it's over in like the fancy cheese area of the deli.
Okay.
And it's usually like they've got all the little imported almonds and cheese knives and things like that. And they've got a stack of this Mike's Hot Honey.
We were making a run on them for a while. We were selling them out. Kroger's probably wondering why they're selling so much.
Man, we got to run on that hot honey, didn't we? Yeah.
Folks love that hot honey. No, it's just us practicing Memphis and May ribs. Someone said, Mike's Hot Honey is so good. I like to mix it with some good ground mustard, and it makes a really great spicy honey mustard.
Ooh.
I thought you'd like that little tip.
Yeah. That would make some good little meatballs.
Ooh.
Spicy honey mustard meatballs.
Would you still use a stone ground on meatballs?
It just use did it say stone ground or did
It said ground.
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could. Let's try that.
That'd be good.
That's a TikTok.
That's right. TikTok Tyler, write that down. Mike's spicy honey meatballs.
Honey mustard meatballs.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to replace any of the coals at any point during the
No, it just ran smooth.
once you got to the end where you pretty much done, like,
Yeah,
could you have kept cooking?
Not much longer. I was down to the last, probably fit my fist size of coals in there. Everything else had pretty much burned down to ash. So it did a good, I would say it burned 4.5, maybe close to 5 hours total at that temp.
And that's from
5 would have been pushing it. I mean, if I'd have let it go too much longer, I probably would have had to add a handful or two.
And you were starting to run out of coal. The temps were starting.
Yeah, but they temped down right as I wanted them to for glazing.
Yeah.
So when we were glazing, it wasn't hitting up close to 300. It was more like 250. And it was already on the downfall. They done gave everything they had. But it probably wouldn't. I don't know if unlit coals, I'd probably put like a half chimney. I dumped the hot coals in there. It filled up, 3/4 of the side over there. And I just put another I just poured it out of the bag, but if I had to guess, it's probably about a half chimney. Probably about 17.5 briquettes.
And then you added some wood.
And I put the wood to it. Put the wood to her.
Really is a missed opportunity that Jolene's not the grill we're putting all the wieners in. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, it's Pride Month.
When you open the grill, it just says Happy Pride, y'all.
Going to BFO. He's a wiener man. I don't judge.
Okay. I have made ribs a few times, only a few times, and they said they've attempted to do it with a sauce inside the wrap. They didn't add the butter, but basically the ribs developed a hard, burnt sauce crust that was inedible.
Yeah, because all that sugar in that sauce. That's why. Well, I mean,
It could be heat too.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not just the sugar. It's that you had that grill too hot, and a lot of people I've seen it before. They put grill. I've got questions on it, pictures of it. What happens is you're looking at a dial that's probably not accurate. You don't really know what that grate temperature is where you're putting all that sugar on it, and then when sugar's gonna caramelize when you put that much.
You let it caramelize for an hour and a half.
And I've noticed it more when the temp's probably at least 350 or higher, and you don't realize it. Because I've had it do it on a drum, or a drum got too hot on me, and it kind of caramelized on the bottom of them. Where if you're going to do that, you're going to need to move those ribs around, flip them over. Don't just keep them meat down in that sweet sauce the whole time. And then know what that grate temp is. Get you a temp probe where you can clip it right to that grate beside those ribs. And if you see you're cooking that hot on them, it's going to burn that sugar up. But I would stay away I say stay away from sugar in the wrap, but we put tons of brown sugar and honey and all that stuff in there. So it's really on that grate temp is what's doing it. So you gotta know that temperature.
One thing that you can get a cheap oven thermometer, you can buy them at the dollar store or Walmart.
Yeah, just set it right there beside it. That's an easy way to do it. I really trust like a Thermworks Dot with one of their surface
that's definitely
probes
more accurate.
or clip that you can clip right on the grate. It does so much better, and you can see it as it's coming up or as it's going down. It's those little dots are that accurate. Then just because your dial says one thing doesn't mean that's what you're cooking at, where you've got all that sugar.
So explain that.
I mean, a lot of these grills, especially the cheaper model grills, or something you hadn't spent just a lot of money on, have cheap thermometers in them that don't work very well. It's a suggestion. They don't react very fast, and a lot of times they're up higher in the grill where your meat's nowhere close to. So it's I don't always trust the thermometer. Like even on that Weber, I don't trust that thing. I just say it's probably what it's cooking at. You know what I mean? And I've done it enough to where I kind of know how long it's taking. It's going to take me 2 hours to get my color. It's going to take me an hour and 15, something like that, to get it tender. I know I'm cooking about 300 degrees.
You can look at your fire and
and tell.
And this, how
if your coals is burning through all those coals, too fast, and you're having to add more, you're cooking hot. That's a good way to think about it.
My low end pit bus, like the analog thermometer on the top, like it never goes over 200 no matter what.
Yeah.
I know that's
really?
not,
it's not, yeah.
Since day one, it's always done that. So,
do you have any other reading inside?
Well, it has a digital on the side, and that's kind of give or take some. And So it's usually somewhere in the middle, I'd imagine.
That's a good. I mean, a lot of people get caught up on temp, but a lot of it's just practice and cooking and kind of knowing what you're cooking at, what you're setting it on,
Learning
how
your
long it's
pit.
taking, learning it. Yeah. You know, if you're cooking a butt in 8 hours, you're cooking probably around 250.
Oh, I did
If
see
you're cooking
where,
one at 4 hours, you're cooking 400. You know?
I did see where you were was it sausage and cheese plate?
Oh, that country pleasing sausage, y'all.
And is it not the best? We need to incorporate that. Maybe we need to do a sausage fest after we do Wiener Fest.
Oh, man.
Can't sausage be part of wieners?
And that's two totally different things.
I'm sure we can get those guys up here. I passed it on my way down to
Man, Country
Biloxi.
Pleasing, I love those guys. Cooper's Meat Market right there in Florence on Highway 49. If you're going through there, going to the beach this summer, you got to stop in and get some. At least get the pineapple. What's the pineapple jalapeno? It's so good.
I found a pineapple and pork, and then the jalapeno cheddar was
Yeah.
the jalapeno cheddar is my favorite. I mean, hands down.
They've got one that's blueberry that I bought at Walmart the other day. I hadn't even tried.
Yeah. There's one with a pepper jack.
I love the green onion. They got a black pepper one that's good too now. They've got so many flavors, man.
And they got a 3 cheese now.
Yep.
I need to try them all.
Yeah.
You got them at Walmart. Walmart has them.
I haven't had one that I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
They're all
That's not
really,
for
really
me,
good. Yeah.
Oh, it blows Kaneka out the water. I don't care what anybody says.
And I like Kaneka.
I like Kaneka. It's extra smoky and extra greasy. Country Please is just right, though. And it makes the best sausage and cheese boards.
Somebody wanted to know, how do you keep that shirt so clean? When I
Well, that must have been just the right angle because I'm a shirt wrecker. I probably got stains all over this one. It's a brand new shirt. And
I go through a bottle of spray and wash. I don't know.
Oh, I'm hell on shirts now.
Once every 2. What would last a normal person a month probably lasts me a week. Yeah.
Stain guard or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Nothing
what I
of
thought
mine
was
is
so
clean.
funny.
Yeah, that was
How do you
good.
keep your shirt so clean?
Worked really hard at that.
And this one's one of my favorite. Glad to see you're using light beer, watching your calories.
That's it. Only 95. How many calories in the middle is it? 95? I've read it before. It's not
I think
many.
it's like
not much,
95, 98.
Ultra
like that.
claims to
Because
be.
they do sell that I think, what's it called? Miller 64. That's like that's the lowest calories you can find in a Miller.
Yeah.
So it's got to be just a little bit more than that, right?
I think it's 98 or 95 or 98 if I had to bet. I'd have to phone
I think
a friend.
it's one of those.
And I want to
Phone
say
a friend, 96.
Is it 96? I was right in there, wasn't I? Yeah. And I think Ultra is like 95, so it's it's better for you. Michelob Ultra.
Hey, I like some ultras.
I do too. I ain't got nothing wrong with Ultra.
You can drink a lot
They've
of
got a
ultras.
new Heineken out. It's a near beer. Have y'all seen that? Same great taste, no alcohol.
None
yeah,
at all.
Heineken
Yeah.
Zero.
Heineken Zero. Is it Heineken Zero?
Sounds like hotcakes, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it really?
Really?
Yeah, people
People like the taste of skunky water, huh? I guess you like drinking palm water. I just can't get over that. If it's not going to give me
Get you somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
why do I want to drink this? Just might as well drink regular water.
Do you have to be 21 to buy it?
You do, because it has like a very, 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 very
It's
low
like
alcohol
you'd have to
content.
drink 6 of them to get the effect of one beer. That's how near beer used to be. Because there used to be what were there?
O'Doul's.
Yeah.
O'Doul's, yeah.
Bush NA, Bud Zero. They
Yeah.
got. I think everybody's got one these days too.
Yeah.
So.
O'Doul's is what I remember. That was the first one to me.
Yeah.
You drink 6 O'Doul's and it'd be like drinking one beer. It's like, who would want to drink that much O'Doul's?
Might as well drink mouthwash.
Yeah.
Something,
Oh,
I don't
mouthwash
know.
will get you there.
Tishners. Stomach the tishners. Take the skin off your throat. It'll get you there. That's when you know you got a problem. If you're in the medicine cabinet, if you're the uncle that's in the medicine cabinet drinking the tishners.
We've all got one.
Oh, God. At least in the South we do.
So we talked about Wiener Fest already. TikTok recipes was the next thing I was gonna.
We're fixing to film some tomorrow, right, Tyler?
Yes, sir.
I've got some lined up.
Your everything chicken was a big hit.
Yeah, that one was a good one. And
So where'd you come up with that idea?
people have been using that everything bagel on everything. And so I was like, I hadn't seen anybody do it on some chicken yet. So I did it on chicken. It was good. I found it at Walmart. And everything bagel's good.
The seasoning
Yeah,
itself,
the seasoning. Yeah, that they.
What is it? It's seeds and
It's like different kinds of
salt
sesame
and
seeds and
peppers.
probably a little onion flake, garlic. I imagine it's got a little.
So it's
pepper.
savory.
Yeah, it's savory. It's mainly sesame seed, though.
Yeah.
But it made a good texture on some chicken. Like I just kind of cooked thighs in butter and that.
So you put thighs in butter
Yeah.
in a pan.
Yeah. And just like kind of like a competition thigh, but I didn't really trim them that much.
Did you tuck them? Were they bone in or bone or
They're bone in. They're
were
bone
they
in.
skin on?
They're skin on. That's what was going to make everything stick to them. I pretty much coated them into everything. I think I used a little salt and pepper AP or something first, didn't I? It's been a while since I did that. And then
It has been a minute.
And then I put the AP on it. I mean the everything, just covered them in it.
I know we use butter.
And then put them in a ton of butter,
And
like
then-
a whole stick spread out in a aluminum pan. Put them on the Traeger, cooked them till they were tender. Took them out, kind of drizzled them around in the butter a little bit, and then I seasoned them with a little more everything to get a little crunch. And
They were good.
they were juicy and they were really good.
I-
They were really good. It had a good texture to it. I mean, kind of reminded you of a little bit of a rotisserie flavor, I guess, with the texture you get on rotisserie chicken. That's
Yeah.
what I'd say. It's kind of chunky, you know,
Yeah.
crunchy. If you got diverticulitis, you probably don't want to eat it. It's got a lot of sesame seed in it.
You also did a strawberry striptease.
That was a good one there. Strawberry striptease.
What was that?
It's pretty much like I use cinnamon rolls, strawberry.
It was strawberry
pie filling.
cinnamon rolls, right?
Yeah, but all that meant was it had strawberry icing.
That was like the biggest eye opener for people, though. Like people were blown away that existed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Got them at Walmart. It's amazing what they have at Walmart. They got killer hogs rubs there. If you didn't know. But yeah, so it's basically you put cinnamon rolls in a casserole. You grease a casserole dish, put cinnamon rolls in it, pour in some sweetened condensed milk, pour in some strawberry pie filling. Just cover it. Then put a dry cake mix on top of that. I think I just used a white cake mix.
Yep,
Just
Duncan Hines.
plain Duncan Hines white cake mix. And then cut up a ton of butter and just kind of put it in pats all over the top.
So it kind of makes it cobblery.
Yeah, it's kind of a cross between bread pudding meets cobbler meets dump cake.
There's some
Yeah.
evaporated milk in it, too.
Some evaporated milk in it. So it makes this custard almost. The cinnamon rolls start swelling up. Then they absorb all the liquid in it. And then you got that
So does
layer
the
of
cake mix, too.
strawberries. And then the cake mix on top kind of makes that crumbly top. And then the butter just gets golden brown. And then you drizzle the strawberry cream cheese icing all over that. And it's
good.
it's really
It sure wasn't pretty, but it was delicious.
Oh man, it was one of the ugliest things you ever seen.
We were kind of nervous there for a minute.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, it's coming out, Tyler. It's bubbling out. So, because that was like first, TikTok's experimental to me. Like these are just, I got this crazy idea to do something. We're going to one take shot. There ain't no mess ups. If it happens, it happens. And then it was like at one point it was bubbling out and it was oozing. And I was like, I don't know, man. It looks runny. and then I was like, well, let's give it 10, 15 more minutes or whatever. And then it finally absorbed all that liquid. And then you scooped it out. And I was like, well, that ain't the prettiest thing, but maybe you can get it close up. and then we didn't really know what to do with the strawberry cream cheese. I said, I'll just drizzle that over the top at the end. Because I didn't want to throw it away. And I was like, dang, this is phenomenal. It's
was
like
really good.
guilty type. You felt bad for being there, like just at a strip club. That's why I called it that. It's going to make you feel bad for being there.
This is someone's daughter.
Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to look anyway. Here's some dollars. I'm going to eat this bowl of deliciousness. Oh.
The one thing I will say about that recipe is I'm not a fan of the canned pie filling.
Yeah.
So if you'd taken real strawberries and like macerated them with a little sugar, for a little bit,
Yeah.
use
I
that.
can see that being real good too.
Ooh.
I think it would be good. I mean, you don't have to use the cinnamon rolls. Like, do it like a bread pudding where you take loaf of French bread and tear it all up and make a,
Oh yeah.
and then pour that custard over
I
it,
like
let it
that idea
sit,
better.
and put your strawberries in there with it too. And man, it would have been real good.
You also did a Malcolm bomb. What's a Malcolm bomb?
Tyler came up with a name for it. Fergalicious showed him to me when he came and did the burn in video. He's like, man, I got these buddies. They've been taking beer and they're putting some
Any beer?
yeah, I don't know what they were. I think they were doing Modelo or something because it was kind of around that Cinco de Mayo time, and
Yeah.
they were putting hot. I don't know if they were using hot sauce. Like I think they were using like Tapatio or something like that, and putting some of the tahini seasoning on it and squeezing a lime. I said, well, Miller Lite, man. So we're gonna use some of my hot sauce. We're gonna use some hot rub.
Yeah, I saw somewhere where somebody does like Dos Equis, Valentinas, and the tahini
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top,
yeah.
and then the lime, and so I mean,
It's all good. Well, you need hot sauce. You need some kind of spicy seasoning, chili kind of
Mexican
esque, or hot rub works great. Just nothing that's too sweet, and then some lime to squeeze on it, and you just put it all on top of the top where you're going to open the beer, pop it. That runs down in there, and you drink it real fast, and it's just deliciousness. I mean, it's spicy. It's a little sour from the lime. You get the tanginess, and you get the delicious Miller Lite flavor. And it's just good. It really is. It's real good. It reminded me of like a Michelada, kind of had that beer, tomato-y flavor going. It's really good.
So
really good. I suggest trying it.
and
Is that the last
but you
drink
use
of them?
Grande Gringo, right?
I have. I've done it. I mean, we used the
What
first one.
y'all using the?
so we did it twice. We did it once in Memphis in May, and I know we used Grande Gringo in Memphis
Yeah.
in May. There's a good chance that the original was hot barbecue. I'm about to.
I really don't remember. I mean, I've done it with both. I've done so many of them. I do it with jerk season.
Ran out of
They
one.
get a
use
red
the
stripe jerk season. Oh man, so that would be good. Some of the Blaze Fire hot sauce from Jamaica.
Mm.
other. It was always Grande.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know how
thought
you-
it was.
and they got red stripe in cans in Jamaica. I don't know if we got them. I think we only have bottles in the States. But
I don't know. They got Red Stripe Light in Jamaica.
yeah.
That's good. So what you got coming up?
Wiener Fest. No, we've got I've got to do. We'll have some more YouTube videos coming next week. I'm kicking around the idea of. So you actually came up with this recipe. It was kind of it's an appetizer, I would say.
Yeah.
But it's like
I was trying to do a fancy appetizer for a Chamber of Commerce event we were having here at the shop.
So it's basically it's chicken thigh skewer. That's
Bourbon brown sugar chicken skewers is what I called them.
yeah, and I'm doing that and serving it with the little dipping sauce. Kind of.
That's our
the
YouTube
idea.
recipe, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be a YouTube recipe coming. I got to
Amazing.
film it tomorrow too.
Yeah.
We didn't do one this week because we just come off Memorial Day and all that. So vacation.
People,
You need a break.
yeah.
You need a break.
You
But then
can't
we're
be
gonna have
Malcolm and May all the
You
time.
can't be Malcolm and May all the time. We're not doing that.
I love how we talk you into these things.
I know. It'll be great. It'll be great. Trust me. It'll be great. Yeah. Okay.
Your May isn't busy enough.
Yeah.
Promise.
And basically, it's going to be summertime. We've got Camp Week coming. If you don't know, you need to find out. Camp Week's one of the greatest weeks. It's my second favorite holiday of the year. It's basically where you send your kid to camp, and then you get to relive the glory days after a week. So that's coming up. And then we got.
Let me tell you how
it's-
Camp Week really works. Malcolm goes real hard one day and recovers for two.
Hit it real hard another day. That's a
And
great
recovers
camp
for
week. There's nothing wrong with that when you're
I like to go
45 years
medium.
old.
Medium.
You like to go Miller Lite the whole week. I like to go.
I mean, I like to throw a good one every now and then.
I like to
but
go straight whiskey. Like rock star.
You like to
some
see the
lamps.
bubbles in the
You
bottle.
gotta put the bubbles in the bottle. Pull the carburetors out.
Get a couple Netflix shows to binge watch on those off days.
He does,
I
yeah.
do. That's what I do. That's camp week. Oh, it's great. I can't wait. That's happening next week, right?
So what TikToks are y'all filming tomorrow?
We've got
Are they
some.
surprises or
Not really. I mean, I'm gonna do some. I hadn't never done a video on them, but pig shots. I've got some bologna that I picked up this morning. I'm gonna do some barbecue bologna.
Are you gonna make like the whole sandwich or just show barbecue bologna?
I didn't get stuff to make the sandwich. I don't know. What do you think would be better, Tyler? Barbecue sandwich or just some barbecue bologna, all glazed up and looking delicious?
I mean, depending on how big the bologna was, we could probably do both. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like get 2 different
Yeah.
videos out of it. Yeah.
Maybe.
One's how to.
I'm trying to do all this
Okay.
as I'm going fishing tomorrow, so we got to make this happen fast. Is what I'm saying.
We're working on limited time.
Yeah, we're working on limited time, and I'm gonna do a drink. I hadn't worked that out yet, but I think it's gonna be my take on like a Doyle whip.
I haven't had a whip in so long.
Yeah,
A pineapple whip. You're talking
Just
about
give
the
it
ice
fair.
cream, yeah.
Yeah,
fair
you know
ice
how it
cream.
tastes like?
Yes.
It's vanilla, it's creamy, but then it's got the pineapple flavor. Don't that sound
refreshing.
like that would be a good drink?
Heck yeah.
I mean, so I'm going to use like Pinnacle whipped vodka, pineapple juice, probably some Sprite. That's about all I need. I could add. I don't want to. I was thinking you could add some kind of like coconut milk, but then it would turn to pina colada. So it's. I think it's just going to be. I think it's going to be a clear drink. I might add. Oh, I'm going to add some Malibu too. That would be good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There's several boozy Dole Whip recipes out there.
Well, I didn't think. I mean, I ain't claiming I invented it. I'm just saying I'm going to drink it. This is what's going down.
It's the Malcom whip, okay?
Yeah. I ain't claiming the invention of it. I didn't invent nothing. I'm just gonna make it delicious.
Christopher Columbus.
So tell me how they do it. What do you see? There's several
Oh,
of them.
okay. I'll just
Am I
click
on the right track?
The first one.
Yeah.
This lady says, just looking at her blog, I bet she doesn't put enough booze in it. For my personal liking. She uses ice cream, pineapple juice, frozen pineapple, and 2 ounces of rum.
No. She might pina colada.
Yeah.
Not the same thing.
So this will definitely be your own version.
Yeah.
Any drink coming from Malcolm, you know it's gonna be strong. You know it's got to have that good flavor profile too.
This one's using frozen pineapple, coconut milk, coconut rum, sweetened condensed milk.
Pina colada.
So you're coming up with something completely different.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I guess
You
they're
know-
trying to get that cream in there. Like I think that's the main
They're trying
thing.
to copy the pineapple
I'm getting
whip
it
more
from
than
the
anything.
whipped vodka. The whipped vodka has that. It's not a creamy mouthfeel. It's a creamy taste.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
But I don't understand why they don't just use like a little bit of like creme de coco or something. Just something that's gonna give it kind of like that milkiness that you're
Yeah.
looking for in their recipes. You know, instead
Yeah.
of going the evaporated milk, more of a dessert. You know.
yeah, it really is a dessert with a little booze. Which
I mean, I'm sure theirs are delicious. I love pina coladas. I really do.
so I had an idea this morning when I was coming up with some notes for the podcast about having a little segment where we introduce all the employees, bring them into the podcast, let them come in,
Okay.
interview them. What do you think about that?
Sounds like a winner to me. I like guests.
Like bring Mikey, bring Mark. Well, Mark's on here
Mark's-
a lot.
yeah.
Yeah. Jamie.
Jamie's never been.
Yeah, he has. We did a podcast.
Katie
with-
can talk booze with us.
Yep, Katie.
She's our on staff expert bartender. She that doesn't really drink. She doesn't like to drink.
Yeah.
She just likes to.
Watch us do it. But
yeah, that could be fun.
yeah, so that might be something we do. Bring in the let
Shop-
people
Yeah,
get to know everyone here at How to Barbecue Right.
because it's more than just you and I.
I mean, for a long time it was just you and I.
Yeah, in a closet. Doing a podcast.
We were talking.
Tyler, you missed those days. Have we ever shown you the podcast closet?
I don't know if if we'd had this conversation that many years ago, and y'all were like, "Hey, man, do you want to come work in our closet for us?" I don't know. I don't know what would have happened.
We actually had guests in there.
It would get hot.
Everybody just breathe really, really.
Imagine this room right here, but about a quarter.
Yeah.
That's where I used to live stream from. I feel that.
Hey, it works. The sound in it was good because it was carpeted and it was angled walls and you could hang stuff on it.
Oh, I had it decorated up in that closet. I mean, it was a big closet
Yeah,
for a closet.
it worked. But anyway, that's what's coming up for us.
That's all I got today.
It's summertime, and it's time to
Time to fire up those grills,
fire them up. Yeah,
pop them Malcom bombs, enjoy your life.
enjoy it. That's right. And hope meat prices go down. I saw brisket today at Super Low, $100 at the grocery store. Just a regular choice brisket.
That's what everybody was talking about in the group the other day, actually. Somebody posted his prices, and then everybody kind of across the nation was talking about their prices, and they're all up.
Yeah, if they can't sell this stuff, they're going to have to go down, so we'll just wait for them to reduce it.
Let it get a little age.
Yeah, let it get a little age there. We're going to get it then. Or we'll get to getting in the outdoors. Ramp up the deer cooking.
Buy some chickens.
Buy some chickens, yeah.
I've always wanted to go into farming.
The great outdoors.
Small animal farming.
I know rabbits are easy to get into.
Rabbits and cats. They
Rabbits
pretty
and
much take care of themselves.
yeah. I don't know about cats. You don't want to get into cat farming. It gets wild. All right. Well, is there anything else we got today, Shell? You
No.
tell them where they can find us?
If you'd like to connect with Tyler, where can they find you?
I just changed it to TikTok_Tyler on Instagram, guys.
There we go. TikTok_Tyler on the IG.
If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram. If you'd like to connect with Malcom, it's HowToBBQRight, HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube, and now TikTok.
It's going to be on Facebook.
Yep.
It's not going to be spaced anymore.
No space, just how
T
to.
BBQ. Right.
That's been an issue this week, so
So get all that straight. We're good.
yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us, and we will see y'all next week. We gone.